If you like the video, please consider supporting James Corp on Patreon. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Chambers of Roleplay, Symbaroum, the Mask of the Beast. Oh, no, sorry, Mask, the Mark of the Beast. Sorry, I misread, butchered that instantly. Brilliant, well done. Week 8. I'm James Corp, and this is, Chambers of Roleplay. It's been a month, or about a month, or longer. When was the last time we played? Was it a month ago?
It's been 4 weeks.
Scott, you're muted, so we can't actually hear what you're saying if you're saying something.
Oh, I'm muted with purpose. I'm going to let everyone do their kind of, get through your introduction first, so my daughter can get whatever she's doing out of the way. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Okay. So, so we're back. Tomorrow, just to announce this, for tomorrow, we will be starting Deadlands, the Weird West. It will be session 0, character generation. So if you're interested in Deadlands and shooting guns and horror, slightly horror-y game mixed with a western mixed with elements of steampunk, come check it out tomorrow. If not, it'll be on YouTube eventually. In general, if you want to watch the character creation though after the stream, you'll have to check out the Patreon and do the Patreon thing. That gives you access to it. I'm also doing free maps as well, free battle maps on my Patreon now. Every time I make a battle map, I'll upload a zip file so you can grab it and use it for yourself. So enjoy that. And if anyone has any suggestions of what they'd like a battle map done, post a comment or something. But anyway, we're going to go around the table, get people to introduce themselves, where we can find them, and who they're playing today. So, yet again, I'm James Corp. I'm playing Maligno, yep. And check out all the social media that I have in the description below. I need to add other people to. Have I? No, I did spell social right. Sometimes I get, because I'm dyslexic, I sometimes just put the A before the I and it goes horribly wrong. But yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment below. And if you're watching on Twitch, say hi. Yeah, that'd be cool. Anyway, we're going to jump round to Philip. Philip.
I am Philip, and I'll be playing Oogly Googly, a gnome that likes to share his riches with other goblins. And you can find me on James's Discord.
Oh, that's a good point. Oogly Googly. We had a comment on a YouTube video regarding rules about magic. Did you see that? Did any of you see the comment?
What was the comment?
Let me go to YouTube and get it. J-Wall. We'll go to J-Wall and then I'll tell the comment.
Hi, I'm J-Wall. I'm playing as Revenue Urist, a Templar, because I always play those kind of characters. And I'll try to keep Maligno safe from dangers that may befall him this session. But we'll see. Maybe I'll just avert my gaze one moment and I'll turn back and he'll be dead on the ground. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, you can find me as J-Wall7Z just about everywhere. Twitter, Twitch, not Discord, but you can find me on Discord as J-Wall anyway. And yeah.
You can also back him on Patreon as well. It's as little as £1 a month. I don't know what you get for it, but you get something. Oh, right, you don't get. You get fuck. No, that's from me. You don't get it from J-Wall. You get that from me, and that's free.
Okay, you pledge to me, and I will give you maps that James does on his page.
So that's jchambers.onlyfans.com. Be sure and create an account first. Sorry, go.
OnlyFans? What? All right, fair enough. Mr. Gus.
That would be I. Yes, I'm Gus. You can catch me on Twitter at Second Breakfast. I'm in and around the Discords occasionally. Tonight, for your viewing pleasure, I'll be playing Elfgon, the Ambrian Noble Hunter. who's getting itchy trigger fingers because he's not fired his bow for a while.
Or hit anything.
Yeah, I got malignoed last time out.
Wow, rude. Anyway, the
Hey,
comment.
you started
The comment. Alright, so the comment was someone called Ryan Rank. Spelled R-A-N-K, as in like a rank sergeant's rank. Future reference. A character performing a ritual suffers corruption. If it's a tradition that the character's mastered, the character suffers 1 temporary corruption. If not a master tradition, it's 1d4 temporary corruption. So the necromantic ritual that Oakley performed would have given him 1 temporary corruption. Brackets, I believe he mastered witchcraft. Close brackets. Considering the corruption would have faded at the end of the scene, and that wrapped usage wrapped it up. No harm, no foul. See the ritualist ability on page 120 of the core rulebook. Brackets, odd spot, comma, I agree, close brackets.
Okay.
Yep.
No, that makes sense, and that's kind of pretty much not the game itself, but within the game of Symbaroum, the rules bounce all over the place, and it's kind of hard to reel it all together, especially when dealing with corruption. Sometimes, I mean, if you read a lot of it, just performing that simple ritual could have taken Oleg out of the game if he pushed a couple of questions and all that. So, yeah, go ahead, Jim. Sorry.
Do you think the rulebook was just translated as it was, rather than like being done by someone who is a native, like, English speaker?
No, because I think organization, I mean, I could be totally wrong, but organization should be somewhat universal, that regardless if it's in a different language or not, trying to locate something over a variety of pages is going to be confusing for anybody. It doesn't matter what their native language is. So, but I mean, it's not horrid. It's not unplayable. It's just, you see that a lot in a lot of RPG books where information bounces all over depending on how the layout is, how it's written and whatnot. And, you know, there's very rare, is there like the perfect RPG core book that has everything done to, my heart's content.
Usually if it is, it's more like a textbook, right?
That, I mean, well, okay. Old School Essentials is one that I think does probably one of the best recent jobs, as the information that you need is organized, neat, and, you know, very easy to find and reference throughout the whole book. But that's specific to that particular genre and whatnot. Here it's dealing with different things. So, but and Old School Essentials, all they did was kind of take up old D&D rules and clean it up and make it neater and easier to refer to, whereas Symbaroum is, you know, made from the ground up. So anyways, that's my Symbaroum TED Talk for today. My name is Scott. I will be in San Francisco next weekend, and entry is $400 per head. So see you then.
Oh, what's going on in San Francisco then?
I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Just be sure to wear flowers in your hair.
Exactly. But no, I'll remember that. I mean, it is what when it comes to magic in this game, there's no free pass. So even if it looks like something might have no negative side effects to it, somewhere within the book of the rules is going to tell you differently, I believe. So that's just kind of how it is. That's the whole point. That's the key thing about this game is magic is corruption, and how do you fight this corruption to keep yourself clean when you're using it. So,
and we got important questions done in the first 5 questions. So,
right. And you didn't have to sacrifice the sheep. So everything worked out well.
Not Bruno,
no. So anyways, we digressed a bit. So where were we?
Sorry.
No, no, not your fault. That was me kind of going on a tangent.
Is what I think we need to do, because it's been a month.
Okay. Oh, and I'm Scott. You can find me at Hail Orchistorchis on Twitter, doing what I do in the various Discords, including James, and just, you know, look for my, you know, idiotic ramblings there. So recap. You are on the trail of, you know, this horrible, you know, murderer that you've called, holy crap, It's obviously been a while. Called Jack the Flayer. And you've done quite a bit of investigative studies. You spent some time with somebody at his residence who had foreseen his own murder, who contacted you through magical means into seeing the future. You have found out that this Flayer may be a skin changer, or somebody that has the ability to wear someone else's skin. And they've gone through quite a few. There's been some inconsistent clues that you found that don't really add up. And so it's brought you to other resources. You've spoken with the mayor, who has sent you out with a full pass and to utilize some of his resources, and you're kind of open at the disposal of. Come here. You're at his disposal. You found other information that's led you to the Ordo Magica. There you go. Go have fun. And where you currently are, and you've picked up a bit of information at the morgue. So you're what? Down at. Okay, sorry. My apologies. My daughter's playing dress up. Sorry. Here we are back again. So anyways, so we left off at the last session. You were about to speak with a very, conceited and snooty magician here, master magician at the Ordo Magica, which tends to be the case. And he was going to provide you with just a little bit of more information before we went on. So we left off with this is Master Euphrina, who was, talking very haughtily down to you while smoking through a very, extravagant and ornate pipe. And you were going to be accompanied by him into this ritual chamber, so to speak, which you found out that this Reaver possibly this Reaver in the disguise of the skin of Master Vernum had been here and was looking for some specific information when they signed in and out of the registry. So that's kind of where we'll pick up.
I forgot. I mean, all I remember. I mean, I remember it now, but before I was like, did all we do was just like go knock at the door at the fucking but no, we did the whole like went to the mayor place, didn't we? We went to see the mayor, talked to him. We got a letter that says the people have to help us if they can.
Yep.
We went to the watch's barracks or whatever, watchtower or whatever, and we spoke to the
goblin
alcoholic. The alcoholic magician or forensic officer that they've got. We played match the skin to the corpse.
I don't think that game's going to take off.
No, it's a bit too slimy. And then I think and then we ended up at because we found out. How did we find out that he'd gone to speak to the mages?
It was, you were provided with his kind of list of schedule by his assistant, who just told you places that he frequented when you first got involved in this. And so you've decided that this would be one of the places to go check out after you had spoken with the mayor and was provided your letter of entry.
And it was the closest one.
Just give me a sec. Carry on without. I'm just getting called. So just carry on without me.
Okay. I don't remember us speaking with the wizard lady. We speak only to the goblin on the doors.
You spoke to the goblin, who, through some bribery and cajoling, and also including the letter of the letter of entry or access. He provides you with some information, but through bribery, he allowed to kind of maybe push you past the schedule of one of the masters to get you within this ritual chamber that had shown that that the person who may have been disguised as Master Vernum wanted access to this tower's magic circle.
Okay.
And so with utter kind of just disdain and disgust, and he seems to be reading and rereading this letter just to see if there's if it's some sort of forgery or some sort of mistake in it, as he slowly accompanies you to this up these flights of stairs to this specific chamber. He opens the door wide for you and says, this is our ritualistic chamber. Please treat it with utmost respect. Do not remove anything from the chamber. I understand that according to this letter that you are allowed to look to see if there's anything specific that you that will help you in your search to locate this horrid reaver. But make it quick, as we have many important things to do today that you couldn't utterly understand. And I will be standing here at the doorway observing what you are doing, just so you know. And so the door opens into a towering room, yet very, very cramped. It's there's the magic summoning area, but surrounding this room is a large amount of bookshelves, just crammed with a variety of books. They seem to have no real rhyme or reason, although there's probably some sort of organizational skill involved with them. And you do recall that from the journal entry that he needed access, or he asked for access to the ritual chamber. And go ahead and let's see here. Just everyone give me a give me a second here. Where's my give me a what will work for that? A resolute test. Just give me a resolute roll. Okay. All right. Here we go.
About that.
So, so Oleg and Elfgarn, as he ends his speech, and you're gazing in this this amazing room filled with more books than you've ever seen in your life and will probably ever read. You do see open on a small side table next to a very comfortable looking chair is a large book opened with a quill and an ink bottle next to it. It is, and if just kind of even in a casual glance, you see that this is a registry for the library, books that have been removed and written or couldn't be found. That would be a request for the librarian here to locate for you. And you do see, if you get close to it, Master Vernum's, or what looked to be Master Vernum's signature, similar to the one downstairs that you looked at, but obviously it's not his. He did request for a specific book containing the ritual called Break Link.
Break Link.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know anything about it?
I would say you probably, there would be a good chance you wouldn't, but you do have a very snooty, member of the Ordo Magica standing at the door, puffing, incessantly on his pipe.
I'll run to him.
And he looks down and goes, yes, Master Goblin, can I help you with something?
What's this ritual break bonds or whatever?
You mean break link?
Yes, that one.
Well, for those in the know, but it is a very extremely complicated ritual that involves, a mass amount of knowledge and workings. But in terms that you could understand, it cuts all mystical bonds to said target and dispels all rituals affecting it from a distance. Is there a particular reason why you're asking me this question?
What's a reaver?
The Reaver, you say? Well, this Reaver obviously does not have the capacity to use anything within the Ordo Magica. So even if it saw this particular ritual...
I have a question.
Yes, the disheveled child over there in the corner. Can I help you?
Yeah, I've got a question. Can you do magic tricks? I'm going to basically distract him while they have a look around. Like they can have a proper look around without him realising exactly what's going on. Do you know what I mean? I'm just going to be like, oh, can you do balloon animals? And shit like that.
Go ahead, and while he's doing that, Philip, go ahead and have Oleg give me another resolute. And
you
go ahead and do it with a +2.
Okay. No,
Okay.
I didn't put the plus, but
Oh, that's fine. So Maligno, you come up to him, and he just, as you start, the parade of can you do magic tricks, he goes into a stuttering, sputtering response of absolutely not. That is, beneath him, and that is, these are parlor tricks done by.
I'll be like, but you're a magician. That's what you said. You're of the highest. You're a high, important wizard. I mean, this should be nothing but child's play, right? It's like stacking bricks. Putting letters in the right order. It should be just like that for you, right? What about smoke? Can you do boats and stuff from your smoke? And what about dragons and stuff? Can you do that? And I'm just literally, and while I'm doing that, the rest can fucking potentially have a look around without being fucking watch. And I'll just deliberately be in his face.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to do a roll or anything?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a
annoyance roll.
What's that?
An annoyance roll.
Right.
Automatic succeeds. Yeah.
Go ahead and give me what would work? I think that would be persuasive. Yeah, give me persuasive.
Not cunning.
No, persuasive. And do it with a +2. Okay.
I succeeded.
Okay. So he's going to just focus in on you with utter disdain and daggers in his eyes as you have his full attention.
I don't stop neither.
No. And as he tries to describe to you in long and extravagant words, you're going to keep interrupting him, and he's just going to get more and more angry as he's trying his best to educate you. But he just gets frustrated because you're just confusing the heck out of him and popping in and out with your requests. So you'll see, Oleg, that written in this ledger is the location of said book with this particular ritual. It would be fairly easy for you to find by just you see that the shelves are organized by certain values. And during this time, if you can find this book, and looking up the ritual. Now, do you have? I forget. Does this game require you to have reading and writing? No. Okay.
I don't know.
Sure,
that's
game,
fine.
Scott. You tell us.
Yes. So, well, I just don't want another comment in the YouTube whatever. But anywho,
if it's a problem, I'll bring it to the
comments are good.
lady.
No, I mean, that was a great comment. That didn't start out with "Hey, dumbass." Those I appreciate. But so, anyways, back to the game. So you can reference this break link ritual, Oleg, and just knowing you're short on time, you just kind of flip through it. But what you come to in your conclusion is whoever wants to use this is trying to sever a magical bond between one thing and another. And you feel that, with the information that you've had and you've gathered, you kind of come to the conclusion this might have something to do with this skull that you keep hearing about. So, the skull, the tales of this.
The Iron Crown.
Yeah, the Iron Crown. Yeah, the Iron Crown, the skull with the embedded crown. The thing that started this whole chaotic mess that you've been, wrapped up in.
I'll bring to the other two the information.
Okay.
We have someone that's trying to do magic tricks.
Right. So upon Oleg comes back with this information, Maligno, and you can kind of see that he's got what he's needed, and you can stop stymieing this poor man if you'd like. As he seems to, he's about ready to pack his bowl with more tobacco as he's huffed and puffed it almost all the way in his frustration.
What didn't we know about the river? Is it just a nickname? Sorry.
I'm just gonna keep talking at him until we're good and ready to go.
Okay.
And I'll probably keep talking to him on the way out. just to really make it annoy him the most, because there's nothing worse than an arrogant prick, right?
Okay. So go ahead, Oleg. What was your question? What do you know about the Reaver?
Well, yes. Is it just a nickname, or is it something specific?
Well, it's a nickname that's been given to it's a name that's been given to these murders that have been discovered over the past few days.
Okay.
And so this is kind of one of those, the media gave it a name more than anything. And but it's not a specific monstrosity or aberration that has been provided a name as such. There's not like a group of Reavers.
Okay. Just asking in case.
Well, in a general breakdown, what the basic history of this this copper crown that's embedded within the skull, how it was found by these group of treasure hunters, and the effects that happened thereafter. That the disappearance of some, the changing of others into corrupted aberrations, and at a certain point, the skull itself. And those involved were either killed, found dead, or left Thistle Hold altogether. But there might be some connection to this Reaver and what's going on. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell, without going over everything.
Is there anything else that you want to look for?
I think Scott's about to murder his daughter. I don't know why.
Live on Twitch.
Yeah. So no, I made sure I was muted. Make that mistake once, shame on me. We don't.
My favorite thing. My favorite thing still is when Scott was like, "Yeah, I'm hiding. I've got loads of secret books coming in," and his daughter was behind him on the other side of the thing, and she's like, "Mom, Dad's hiding books from you."
Well, my wife got into the humor the other night when I was on, and I don't know who was there for that chat where she came upstairs, and I have a new puppy, and she came upstairs and intentionally said, "We need more bull penises." And it just went right into the mic, into everyone's ears, and just laughter ensued. So,
to be fair, there's always a need for more of those.
Right, exactly. So, and then I had to explain what no, it's a chew toy. Right. And welcome to Chambers Roleplay, where where it's 3% gaming and 90% us recounting other shit we've done. All right, moving on. So Oleg, you do feel like you have enough. You kind of gathered everything that you think that you can get from this. Whoever came here was looking for this ritual to possibly sever a connection, and it's by all the information that you've had, it doesn't take any leaps or bounds to come to the conclusion that this has something to do with this skull. Whereas anyone who's touched it or come with somewhat contact with it, it has may have had some sort of corruption abilities within it, as most things do.
Is there any special needs for this ritual? Well,
any special needs?
Well, yeah, my necromancy needs a body or something like that.
Yeah, like special ingredients.
Yeah.
You would need to sit down and study this, and you don't really have time for that now.
I'll ask the person that's maligno trying to whatever.
Okay.
Annoy.
Right. Okay.
Excuse me, one smart question.
Here we are. And he looks at you for a moment, and as almost as if a wonderful break from the chattering that's going on with Maligno. And he goes, give me a moment as I recount that. My memory may not be what it is, and I need to reference the CORP. I mean the spell ledger I have here to see what this particular ritual does. No. Oh, lovely. No. What happened here? Sorry. There we go. And okay. So break link. It's of a wizardry tradition, and as I had mentioned, it can be used to cut a bond between a creature and a mystical artifact. Things such that you need is obviously you need the object or the person in question that needs to be trapped in a circle of mystical runes, and the magic of the object itself is not affected at that point, but the target can no longer be reached. In addition, any mystical bonds that may have been created are also negated. But as far as what you need, first and foremost, is you need to have a circle of mystical runes, and make sure that you imbue these mystical runes with your own power. Essentially, you make a resolute test. So. But that's pretty much it. What it does.
Is there? I'll ask him about the mystical runes. Is there any place where they could be found?
Well, he takes a long draw of his pipe and looks at you with a raised eyebrow as one eye kind of slowly trails down to the ground of this room. And he goes, "Goblin, you are in the ritual chamber," and he points you towards the ritual circle within here. He says, "But I suppose outside you would, can use whatever twigs and dirt or chalk or whatever that you decide to use to create your own circle of ritual casting." So, I mean, if you try to do this, essentially it's whatever magical circle that you want to make. This is meta, but then you just have to make sure you pass a resolute test once it's done.
Okay, so yeah, it could be anywhere.
Nothing specific. Yeah, it's just you're going to create it, and as long as you pass, then you're good to go from that point. Okay.
Master Magician, may I ask a quick question?
Does it involve things called balloon animals like this Maligno has been asking me to make?
No, I was
Thank God.
Wondering when Master Vernon visited earlier, how long he actually stayed on the premises. Would it have been long enough to perform this breaking link ritual, or flying visit?
Oh no! In order to perform a ritual, you have to be accompanied by one of the order here to witness it in case something happens to go wrong. And as far as I can tell, you see him kind of pause for a moment. Yes, nothing has been performed here recently, as he seems to kind of look over the the ritual circle with another pair of eyes, so to speak.
So one more follow-up question, if you don't mind. I'm just a simple hunter. I do not understand the ways of magic. If one was to perform this ritual, would it give off some kind of, residue, a signal? Would you be able to detect if someone was performing the ritual in the vicinity?
No, I mean that would be something.
As I said, I don't understand magic. I was hoping that it might make a loud noise or bright lights.
I don't think he understands.
And I also
magic.
think the Maligno would quite enjoy it if it made bright lights and loud noises.
And he says, no. I mean, this something is not of that much power.
While they're talking, I'm going to head out. Like, where is Revna? Where is she?
Everyone should be within this room.
I'm going to walk. So while they're chatting, I'm going to be like, do we need to damage the ritual? This ritual, like whispery. I'll be like, does the ritual circle need to be damaged to make sure that this thing can't use here?
Do you mean right here?
Well, yeah. I mean, is it like? Could you like put a scratch in the painting so it doesn't? I don't know how magic works. Balloon animals.
Probably not, but also I feel that they probably will not return here now.
It's with this that you can hear the loud huffing and puffing kind of outside the room as you see coming up the stairs the goblin, the doorman from downstairs, Goldag, makes his way up, and he comes over to Master. Where is he? Master. I should have wrote this down.
Balloon animals.
Yeah, Master Balloon Animals.
Euphrinda.
Euphrinda. Kind of takes a tug on their robe. And he looks at it. Yes, Goldag, what is it? He said, Master, there is someone from the City Watch looking for these gentlemen, he says questioningly. And he seems to be in a bit of a panic, and it says it's very urgent that they come downstairs to speak with them.
I'll just turn to Revenue and say, it looks like you've been downgraded to gentleman today, I'm afraid.
So
you would insult a Templar of the highest order like this? No, I don't say that.
I'm not the man, I'm a goblin.
So he kind of raises his eyebrows at the three of you, almost like you've heard this, and he takes another puff of his pipe and says, well, I think this is a good point for me to say good day.
I will just say to the Master Magician, I'd like to thank you for your help, and I'd also like to thank you for taking the time to speak to Maligno. He is very interested in magic, and you humouring him here will probably lead him down the line to possibly consider joining the Order Magica, and I believe he will probably ask for you to be his mentor.
Definitely.
He looks at you and says, his name is Maligno.
Maligno the Magnificent.
He then looks down at the goblin doorman, Goldag, and he kind of nods his head, at which Goldag produces this small black book from inside his his clothes, and writes down a name, writes down something in it, snaps it shut, puts it back, and nods back at the master, and says, Very well. I do appreciate your gratitude. And as I had mentioned, I think this is time for me to bid you good day. And he kind of waits for you to leave the summoning room, and he closes the door. And I believe you know the way out. And Goldag will show you to the front door, and he continues his going up the steps further into the tower.
One final favor, Master.
Yes.
Friend.
Oh, he pauses and says, yes.
I
Yes.
go up to him and I pull out the ring that I have in my pocket.
Oh.
And
Okay.
say, could you please have a look at this and tell me what you make of it? It has
Okay.
some markings around the ring that we can't quite make out. Well, I say I can't quite make out. To be fair, no one else knows I have this right now. But
he looks at it. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Oh wow. There's a bit on there, and he kind of looks at it, and he turns it around a bit, and he gets that faraway look in his eyes. He says, "Well, amazing. Where did you get this?"
it was among remains left with Master Vernum.
He says, "Well, these have the markings of the Iron Pact. Very odd that someone such as yourself would have a ring like this. Did you come in contact with someone from the Iron Pact, or God's forbid that you came in some sort of combat with them?"
It was among the remains where we found Master Vernum, so I was curious as to what the ring might mean.
Well, he says, I sense great power in this. It's not an ordinary signet ring. And he goes, and he'll pause for a moment again. And well, interesting. This ring doesn't carry any corruption on it whatsoever. It's almost like a different kind of magic. In fact, I don't know if this ring actually will abide corruption. Something that I would entrust with you more than one here, Mistress Templar. But no, if you bind yourself to this ring, it will only do so by providing some of your own essence, as opposed to taking upon the corruption that usually artifacts such as these would provide. But be wary that with things such as this that deal with those of the Iron Pact comes not just responsibility, but very harsh punishments by not being responsible with these objects. So in a nutshell, if you would like to bond with this ring, you would have to do so using experience, not accepting corruption, and then at which time we can provide you with the details of this particular ring.
Give it to Maligna.
What? Why'd you give it to me?
Thank you for your assistance, Master Friend. It's much appreciated.
Mm-hmm. And he says, if you would like to learn more of these rings, might be able to bring you in contact with somebody once you're done dealing with this horrible, murder nonsense going on in our fair city here.
That would most definitely be appreciated.
Okay. And yes, okay. I did get the right ring. I had to make sure. I'm like, oh fuck, that's right, the ring. But yes, excellent. So, so were you going to bond with it, or were you just going to hold on to it for now?
I will bond with it whilst heading down the stairs again.
Okay.
I will spend 1 XP.
Okay. So, so you make your way downstairs, and let me backtrack here a bit. And the goblin, is there at the front door holding it open for you. As you can see outside of the tower, are a couple of City Watch, still somewhat out of breath, sweating. Looks like they've run here. Obviously, at some sort of distance because of their current state. And one of them kind of is huffing and puffing, says, we've been sent here to try to locate you, and the other one chimes in, there's been another murder. Come with us right away.
Dun dun dun.
Right.
Should we take? Do you want to take your first break, Scott? Do you want to do that?
Yes. Yeah, that would be great. This would be a perfect time just to make sure everything's okay.
Yeah, because I don't know when you wanted to check on your other half. So.
Yep, I'll do that right now. This is perfect. So dun dun dun, another murder. Please follow us back towards the northern section of of the city. We found something in a nearby stable, and then that's where we'll stop.
All right. We will be back in 10 minutes, so don't touch that dial, guys. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're watching this on Twitch, to hit that follow button. Most appreciated. See you soon.